A man stood upon a railroad bridge in northern Alabama, looking down into the swift water 20 feet below. The man, who is now engaged in being hanged, was apparently about 35 years of age. The liberal military code makes provision for hanging many kinds of persons, and gentlemen are not excluded. The preparations being complete, 2 private soldiers stepped aside, and each drew away the plank upon which he had been standing. He closed his eyes in order to fix his last thoughts upon his wife and children. He unclosed his eyes and saw again the water below him. If I could free my hands, he thought, I might throw off the noose and spring into the stream. By diving, I could evade the bullets, and swimming vigorously, reach the bank, take to the woods, and get away home. My home, thank God, is as yet outside their lines. My wife and little ones are still beyond the invaders' farthest advance. As these thoughts, which have here to be set down in words, were flashed into the doomed man's brain, rather than evolved from it, the captain nodded to the sergeant. The sergeant stepped aside. One evening, while Farquhar and his wife were sitting on a log near the entrance to his grounds, a gray-clad soldier rode up to the gate.
Excuse me, can I have a drink of water?
Honey, do we have a pail of water?
Yeah, we do. On the front.
The Yanks are repairing the railroad. And they're getting ready for another advance. They've reached the Owl Creek Bridge and are putting up a stockade.
How far is the Owl Creek Bridge?
30 miles.
Is there no force on this side of the creek?
There's one guard on this side of the creek.
Suppose a man, civilian, not afraid of hanging, eludes the soldiers. What could he accomplish?
There's some driftwood from last winter that can burn and dry really easily.
About time.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
An hour later, after nightfall, he repassed the plantation, going northward in the direction from which he had come. He was a Federal scout. He had come to the surface, facing down the stream. He saw the soldiers against the blue sky. They shouted and gesticulated, pointing at him. The captain had drawn his pistol, but did not fire. Suddenly he heard a sharp report, and something struck the water smartly within a few inches of his head. He heard a second report, and saw one of the sentinels with his rifle at his shoulder, a light cloud of blue smoke rising from the muzzle. Nevertheless, this one had missed.
Come on, let's get him!
Farquhar sees his wife. As he is about to clasp her, he feels a sharp blow at the back of his neck. Farquhar imagines himself as a noble, honest gentleman. To cope with the fact that he's dying ungracefully, he imagines himself escaping heroically. Bierce portrays through Farquhar that his prideful personality, that even the largest of imaginations and prides can't escape reality.